Oh my god, I'm back because I'm bored. So I thought I'd just do a live until someone else goes live because I find it really helps me work, and no one else is going live at this time. So I guess I'm it. If you're watching this in a rerun, probably shouldn't. This is not going to be efficient. I don't have a bunch of stuff lined up. I don't have everything ready. I don't have pictures. I'm just going to let this run until I get bored. And that's it. Yeah. Hey, mothers. Yes. So you probably missed it, but I'm just doing this because no one else is live. And I like working when anyone else has live. Like when Matt's on, I get so much done. Even if he's just sitting there packing stuff, it helps me a lot. So I thought, well, no one's on at this time. I had to downgrade the video feed because usually it kills my wife's video feed, and it's much more important for her to do her work. So we'll see if I get bored. And like I said, this is inefficient. I haven't even bothered cleaning up since I packed this morning. Hey, Barbara. Good to see you in. And like I said, there's going to be nothing exciting. I'm actually don't even have pictures taken, so I'm going to just do as I go along. Okay, good. Yes. How do I do this again? Yes. Yeah, I find it helps me a lot too. And it's like, you know what? Instead of having everything all nice, and I thought, well, I'll just keep going. If people want to watch, they can watch it. If they don't, they don't. No pressure. And I will reshare the screen. So what I used to do is I used to have a whole bunch of stuff all ready to go. I didn't bother doing any of that. And a lot of this stuff that I'm going to list is probably going to be the lower value stuff. And I might disappear from the screen for a little bit as I take photos, but we'll see how it goes. But please let me know if someone else goes live. So the first thing I'm going to do... Hey, follow up. So the first thing I'm going to do is... I guess I'll show an item and then I'll take the pictures. So I'm going to do a paragon. So a paragon. Whatever. Believe me, it says paragon. They call this a double warrant. Hopefully I can find the pattern again. These are not hand painted. I think this one's worth about $50. At least that's what I'm going to list it for, and I paid $8 for it. I haven't taken photos of it yet. And for teacups, I bought this thing off of Amazon just to take photos. It just helps a bit. I think it's attractive. The other thing I'm not going to do is rush, because last time I used to find that when I was doing listing, I was rushing and then making errors. So I'm going to try and keep the errors to minimum. And for anyone who hasn't done teacups, learn the paragon. And the one trick is the ping test. So what that helps you determine is if there's a crack in there. It's not a guarantee, but I check this one pretty good. And often they will have chips. Sometimes they'll have a broken handle, and usually I feel around the outside of both the saucer and the teacup. And yeah, not all paragons are good, but quite a few of them are. And to take photos, all I do is use my camera, and then you'll actually kind of see me do the rest. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking pictures of teacup and saucer off camera. My Amazon Lightbox. So what I do is I took photos using my camera, and then I use Google Photos. And what it will do is automatically upload the photos to my desktop. I'm sure there's better ways of doing this, but this is what I do. And it's not efficient doing one at a time, but that's what we're going to do. Hey, Ping. Well, I need to take photos, but have no motivation. Yeah, motivation is my number one nemesis. Going to be picked up in 1.5 hours. Go to the Golden Corral for lunch. Nice. Yeah, I like the new listening tool. I know a lot of people don't. It's not perfect, but what are you gonna do? So now we go to my photos and just go here, and then with my phone, it automatically uploaded them to Google Photo. And I just download them. Usually what I do is not just do one at a time, but you know what? It's better than nothing, right? And it's a list. And then I have my photos. So hopefully this is still here. Paragon. Yeah, sweet. So I figured out this pattern name. And I actually used, I don't know if anyone else uses it, but on replacements.com, you can actually take a photo with your camera and they'll try and find you the pattern on replacements.com. And that's actually how I found the pattern for this. Google Photos failed me. So this, it looks a lot like this one here. Yeah, that's it. That's the same. So always steal. I mean, borrow when you can. And the photos. Okay. I'm not 100% sure about that, so I take that out. I don't need the word vintage. And I actually write teacup as one word because I do not trust eBay's search algorithm. I found it's not very good. The rest of this stuff I won't bother changing. And I'm sure everyone here has seen this before, but I used to see this is what I don't like about it. See how it kind of disappears? It's like, it's not very good, especially if you have like issues trying to click on things. If your hands are a little shaky or whatever. For $9.99. I bought this for $8. And for teacups, I always charge more than it actually weighs because it's a pain in the butt. Is that good enough? Okay, let's see if I made errors. I would also put pink in here. Some people are really good and they know the type of the name of the saucer and the cup, and I don't. But good enough is my motto. They're asking for a bit more. No, I think that's fair. I try not to sell teacups under 30 if I can help it, because I don't like packing them. No. And I just delete all the photos to get them out. Yeah. Perfect. One done. Yay. Hey, how's it going? I liked your video that you did in the getting all the t-shirts and stuff like that. for people who didn't see it, he was there was a sale at Valley Village, I guess, where you can stuff it back for as much as you can. So he had all these shirts nicely packed. Whenever I go to the children's section at the Valley Village, I see people doing that with children's clothes because you can basically as much as you can stuff into a bag, and there's always people really good at that. Okay, so let's do something else random. So I picked up these mostly because of Scotty from Antiques and Profits, and he talks about these little candies, little glass candies. I don't think I'm going to make a ton off of these. Like, there's a bunch of them, but yeah, that was like, what the hell? I think it was $3.99 or something like that. So I'm going to take photos. I don't think there's any like really old, valuable ones of these. I think they're just pretty common, but they're easy. Okay. It doesn't take long for them to get uploaded, so they're already there. Let's go ahead and get rid of them. So people call these Murano. I don't know if that like is that a place or Murano glass. I could fit 22 into that bag and slip some into my waist. Nice. Hey, I thought you had room there. That was pretty good. I know one guy who just does shirts and stuff like that, and he seems to do pretty good. I assume that's to Flippin' Hustler. Okay, so when I get confused about how much something is worth, I used to hold on to stuff forever. And I would go into my pile of like never deal with it. Usually what I do now is I just sort from the highest to the lowest, and then just go, okay, close enough. Because I have a lot less than this. So right now I'm thinking 29. They have a nice box. See, why are those made? Oh, they still have the stickers. I have no stickers. Okay, I'm going to ask 29. I might not get it. It's good enough. Oh, you're talking about cars. That's why I have no idea what you're talking about. Not the best picture for lighting, but and we got 6, 7, 8. And hand blown, blah 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 blah. I don't know what this word means. So we're gonna get rid of it. And these are going to go on the shelf because they might get damaged. Obviously no gilding. Hey, Chop Chop. Yeah, I know. I got bored. Like I said, let me know if someone else goes live so I can get off. I need this for my working. Otherwise, I spend way too much time just staring at the wall. These ones, I don't mind doing the lower weights. Okay, let's make sure there's no errors. 6, 7, 8. Unmarked, blah, 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 blah. I'm so bad at these details, or whatever they call them, the item specifics. I have a whole bunch that says required, and I'm just ignoring it. You know it's required. So they're probably not even being shown to anyone. It's like, I don't want to deal with your stupid questions. That's good. And list. Yeah, whenever I had a standard car, I would always go through more than one clutch. So now I don't even have a gearbox. And done. Oh, wow. That's not going to happen. Okay. So let's see. Should we do something else? What's next? Okay, so next, Fisher Price. So like everyone else, like I'll pick up lots, and usually when I pick up a lot, I'm cherry picking, and then you get left with all the extra crap. I think there's 10 vehicles in here. So what I'm going to do is just sell this as a lot. I already have one lot up for the same price, and it hasn't sold, so might not sell. But hey, what are you going to do? Hey, Tommy. Yeah, no one's live, so I thought, well, I'll go live until someone else goes live. He found us. Did someone say free shipping? You'll love this, Tommy. This is probably the slowest, most inefficient way to list possible. Four, 5. Oh no, there's more than 10. So I get the bonus. Oh no. That one's busted. It gets donated. Everything else is busted. Okay. Now, get rid of this. Get the photos. I used to take so many, and now I'm just like, screw it. No one really cares. Unless you need to see it. And like I said, I already have a listing kind of like this from somewhere. So I'm just going to copy that one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. 10. Yep. I'm going to put it into a different box just so I don't accidentally ship off the wrong item. Because I will do that. Very dirty, yes. Yes, well used, yes. Yep. Bingo. Hurrah. Driving and listening, good. Thank you. Like I said, let me know when someone goes live. Let's find something else. Okay, so I've been avoiding these. I paid way too much. And what they are is Smurfs. And I have my cheat sheet. And I actually did work on this. So I'm pretty sure everyone's seen this, but when I have an item that comes up a lot, I actually make a cheat sheet of how much they're worth and special ones to look out for. So, for example, see the top, the Angry Smurf there? He's worth a bit more. So I'm going to list him. And this is one of the cases where, like, I paid too much. I think I paid like $3 a Smurf. That's way too much. I shouldn't really spend more than $1. But, and they described it as like new in bags, but it's not new in bags. They just happen to be in bags. And people who buy Smurfs are quite particular that there's no damage. But often with Smurfs, you get like, see how it's like not a clean hat and how like his tail has a rub off. Often the tail's rubbed off in the hands and on the nose. So he is definitely not perfect. But he's getting listed. And I think the prisoner is worth something too. Prisoner, he's worth 20. So when I say he's worth 20, that's how much when I did comps it sold for, including the shipping. So really what I'll try to do is get $15 for the prisoner. And maybe I'll just grab the astronaut. I don't think I have an astronaut here though. And there's another one. Rugby with yellow shirt. Okay, I can't see it. So I'll just do the two. Sometimes what I'll do with Smurfs too is I'll lock them up into like themes, but I wouldn't say they're a great seller. So here is my quote unquote new prisoner dude. He's worth a bit more. Looks okay. So there he is. If you see him out in the wild, like I said, these aren't like $100 Smurfs, but they're okay. So we're gonna do those two guys. Yep, it's totally rigged. This is how to lose money buying stuff. So what Tommy is referring to is Scotty's show, Antiques and Profits, on Sunday night, and they had a really good run of just finding amazing sources for not sources but items. So it was just almost getting ridiculous. So we started accusing them of staging their shows. But if you like, like show and tell shows, like Antiques and Profits, Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is really good. Well, I really enjoy it. So, and tomorrow night, actually, I'll be on the Two Dogs Digs channel, and we're going to be going over solds for October. That's also at 8 on Tuesday. Okay, that's me cleaning up. Sometimes, too, when I'll take pictures of toys, I'll use a ruler just to show how high they are. But anyone who's buying Smurfs knows how big they are. I used to worry about the condition of stuff. Now I just get it up. Better than never listing it. And this was an auction lot that I couldn't examine first, so that made a difference too. I'm not complaining. It's part of the game. And sometimes you find something really good. Okay, we're going to do these Smurfs. I know a lot of people prefer making the listings on the phone. I forget what I think I got really upset once because I went to make listings on the phone. I tried it, and then I edited one of my old listings and automatically added best offer to everything, and it was a bit of a mess. I don't like when you edit something and it makes changes without really your approval. Okay, so we're going to start with Angry Smurf. Let's just go straight to souls. Now there is some variance, so we're going to have to be careful that I don't do the wrong variant. So see, well, you can't really see, but this guy has black teeth. Now, see how he has black teeth? That's kind of important because there are variants for that. I have also seen Smurfs faked, where very clumsily faked, where they painted the teeth. So I haven't looked at this guy, so I'm just going to take a bit of a look just to make sure. No, that looks fine. He has not been... And also people will sometimes touch up the Smurfs too. For me, it's been obvious every time, but... Whoop. Okay. Also with Smurfs, they have a 5-digit number. That's kind of useful to know. And I'm going to make it US only, because I don't like it when you see stuff from UK, because then the shipping is all screwy. So US only. Right now I'm thinking 29. Oh, straight arms. See? There's another variant. All straight arms. Nope, this guy has rounded arms. I can make them rounded. We're just gonna hope it's one of these. Okay, we're gonna do that. In fact, and I'm gonna lower it a little bit because she's not the best. Let's just take a look at one of these other ones just to see if they are also not good or not. Yeah. How's his tail? That's the tail. He's a little dirty. He's not the best either. Okay, so let's go for $24.99. Obviously, he won't weigh much. Come on. I don't like the word rare. It's going into F12. Okay, for conditions, this is really important. So, start with this one here. Played with used condition. Okay. Has marks, warm paint, signs of use. That's fair. I'm going to add the word dirt. Yeah, good. Okay, list it. Oh, hey, Paul. This is Paul from Shay's show. He has his own show now for some reason. And he's no longer for Philly, so he's a liar. Very soon, I guess. Hey, Paul. I only list on the phone, but there's a lot to be desired on the app. You can tell with the new listening tool, they're trying to close the gap finally. Yeah, like I said, I've had a few little complaints about the tool, but honestly, I just like the fact that it uploads the pictures faster. I don't listen on the phone. It would take me forever. Screen too small, keys too tiny. Yeah, it's nice to have the option, but I just find, like, for me, the way I just work, this works for me. I listen on the phone more. I'm always on the go. Yeah, it's smart to get it up. Like what I like is when someone picks up something in the store and they actually sell it before they leave the store. 2 dolphins. The dolphins. Man, Tommy, you never let things go, do you? Okay. And we're going to sell some more. One thing I finally dealt with this week is I don't know if there's any Canadians in here, but for us, we often use reshippers. So they take our packages across the U.S. border and ship from there. It's cheaper. The issue is if a package bounces back, it won't bounce back to Canada. It bounces back to a black hole, and we never get it back. And that can be really frustrating. So what they have is the small towns on the Canadian border, just on the United States side, and you can actually get a postal box there. And it's so cheap. It's like $5 per item they get to them, and they'll hold it for a whole year before charging you. So it's like, well, it's a pain driving across the border to pick something up, but for $5, like per item, I think it's worth it. Especially if I only have to go once a year, and I finally did that this week. It's one of those things that was so easy, and it's like, why did I wait so long? Okay, so let's not get confused. So next, we're going to do the prisoner Smurf. I had to grade the quality of the video because it was using too much bandwidth for up, and it was screwing with my wife's internet when she's trying to work. So I lowered it, so hopefully that will help. So where is it? Here he is. Oh, see, this is not worth nearly as much as I thought. Let's just take a look and see if there's other examples, because there's only one example. So let's try that. So 210. Because that's not necessarily 200. The right name. So right now I'm thinking $14.99. And hope for the best. Okay, we're going to do that. And the Smurf. The vintage. Anything else that should be in there? Jail. The word jail. Let's see. Great photos. Keep the same condition. Not worth nearly as much. Still worth not loading it up, in my opinion, though. And let's do it. Okay, and okay, so now I'm going to deal with one that I thought was going to be good and was not that great. Hey, David, yes. This is temporary until someone else goes live. just so I can get some work done. Why 2 description boxes, 6% use phone, and only one show? Yeah. Like, honestly, I just got, like, when I list, I just copy and paste my condition into the description, and usually that's all I do. I don't even bother. Like, right now, it has some extra stuff. Some listings were about combo and stuff like that, but people don't read. Yeah. Tommy Gumshoe Bernard. Wow. Okay. The only thing I don't like about listing with the phone is the video option doesn't work for me while uploading listings to eBay. Not sure if anyone else has the issue. I very rarely use the video option, but I have done it, and it always says pending approval, and then I never think of ever checking it again. So I just hope they work. It's a nice option to have, but it's not something I do enough that I really care about. Yeah, the video feature. Yeah, the issue is when you enter a video, they have to review it or something, which I guess, but they should already trust us. If you've sold a certain amount of items, they should kind of trust you not to do anything too weird. But it's their site, I guess. Okay. So the next thing that I made a mistake on, not a mistake, it was just could have been better, these little metal figures. And I've sold things like this before for Warhammer. And I kind of just I just kind of assumed it was the same thing. And these are metal. This is like a second tier. These are not Warhammer. These are called something else, which I hope I can remember. Might be in the listing here. Ah, crap. What's it called? Warrior? Warzone. And then I'm going to do here's just to get to yeah. So here it is. So people don't know, if you ever see Warhammer lead figures, they can be worth lots of money. And these are not them. And this, what I'm looking at, isn't them either. Oh, crap. What was it called? Okay, I did make a note. Oh, no. I said Warzone, right? Just get rid of the metal and see if that helps. Oops, you're not even seeing any of this crap. Miniature. How about that? And I always go used. So, like, people are sending a whole bunch of these and only getting $60, which sounds good. But for this sort of thing, sometimes these figures can sell for that kind of money each. So, and this is not that. So this is going to take me a while to figure out what these are. So this is the exciting part of the show. No need for video feature here either. Yeah, they put it on the iPhone. Yeah, well, if you're like, why would you need video for shoes if that's mostly what you're doing? You should always eat the cake. Hey, that's the one thing I want to get better at is making those connections. Because I'm pretty good, actually, like when I'm out in the thrift stores and going around, I'm social. I honestly like talking to people. And it works well for me. But I never go to the next step of saying, let's try to do business together, which is probably something I should do. But I don't know. I had to get over that hump. Especially considering I got 3 months left before I have to go back to work. Because I took a year off. So I had 3 months. So October, November, December, and then I had to go back in January. So as an aside, one thing, I wish I had her podcast here. Storage Warriors. She does podcasts. And if you're doing a podcast, if your business is like, if what you're interested in is kind of like the next step, she's been doing a podcast that I recommend of, well, the next level. Because like a lot of, when we're watching a lot of videos, and I know everyone here watches a lot of videos, a lot of it's bolos, which is good and fun and entertaining, but really isn't business aspects. Or the other side, sometimes you like see these eBay ones like, I'm selling $5 million, blah 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 blah, every year. And it's like I can't relate to that stuff either. And what she talks about is kind of the middle ground. And I've heard this terminology before, but push and pull in terms of like sourcing. So like Tommy, I know he's talked about, he has a contact, and he'll get items sent to him rather than him going out. And right now I can't remember. I think that's called push. Don't quote me on that. So push is when you have things coming to you, and pull sounds like it should be the opposite, but whatever. Pull would be going to the thrift stores and looking for stuff. And if I have to go back for work and I don't have as much time to go out and do pull stuff, I need to get better on the push stuff. So another push would be if you advertise for pieces, or you make those contacts, give out your business cards and have people come to you. All that stuff is kind of better, really, because then you're relying less on having to show up and finding stuff on the right time of day. And I wonder if it's the opposite of push and pull. Push and pull. Anyways, her Storage Warriors podcast is good because she'll talk about stuff like that rather than just the basics. Yeah, Tommy, yeah, that still terrifies me when you lost your account. Because we all make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes aren't even our mistakes. Okay, so let's just... I'm not a patient man. So I'm just going to do one lot and see if we can figure out what the hell these are. And one mistake I do over and over again is I get bored halfway through researching something, and then I put it to the side or put it in a box because to deal with it later, and then later never comes. And then before you know it, you have boxes of crap in the background. So these are going up. I don't know what the hell they are. I don't know the name of them. And I'm going to guess the price if I have to. Oops. Instead of waiting forever. So I'm just going to show them, I guess, right? Yeah, I already showed it. So there's a bunch of these guys. They're all painted. Let's see, what I already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Just grabbing all the pieces. It's actually 9 because I can't count. And in this case, I'm going to use a ruler to show the height of it just in case. Okay. Photos. Oh, they're not ready yet. There. Okay, now they're ready. Maybe not the best. Okay, so now the hard part. Now to figure out how much am I going to ask for these figures that I don't really know what they are. Let's just go through chat. charity shops, or rubbish here. I'd rather watch Krillin go to a Taco Bell instead. Yeah. You have more antiques and stuff out there, though, I would think. It's all more history, at least. The worst part is they won't tell you what you did. Yeah, talked to a rep at merchant support a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So that is very frustrating. Yeah, when they won't tell you, they don't want to tell you because they don't want you to figure out a way around it, I think. Or they don't know. They don't know why it was picked and they don't want to deal with it. Conclusion, I was selling too many iPhones on both of our accounts. Both lost accounts after selling the same iPhones. Weird coincidence, maybe. Yeah. Hey, Flipping Sports Guy. How you doing? Spotlight looks like a dating profile. Are we looking at Tinder? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Wait, it's eBay. Okay. Choose. Okay. Back to what the hell I was doing. So, because I don't know what the hell these are, it's going to be hell. So I'm going to pick one of these. And it'd be really nice to know which ones these are in particular. And I don't know. So I'm just going to list these one because I'm already bored of this particular group. And I'm thinking $29.99. And usually what I do is if I really don't know, I'll ask more than I think it's worth and bring it down over time. And if it sells right away, I go crap. Even though I asked more than I thought, they're obviously worth more. And sometimes they take forever. Sometimes it's the difficult items that you pick up that take up really most of your time. So Warzone miniatures, that I know for sure is true. Bot of 9. Metal. F12. Brand. So I think Heartbreaker is the ones who produced it. And of course I use Google. I did use Google Lens to try and figure out what they were. And that's what not only the company that made them, but the particular, whatever you call it, the group these ones belong to. So I'm going to just try one more time. This guy's a little more distinctive. The problem with these figures, too, is there's like 1,000 of them that look exactly the same. So for Google Lens, it's kind of hard to figure out, is it this one or this one? And I'm not going to take too long doing this. They're definitely not Warhammer, though. That's the key thing. And if they are, someone's about to get a really good deal. Okay. I don't know. And we're just going to add a bit more to the weights. Doesn't say Warhammer, right? Okay, good. In fact, I'm going to ask a bit more, and then just in case I'm really undervaluing them. List it. Oop. Okay. Appreciate eBay. Very thankful platform. No one will ever hear me badmouth eBay. Oh yeah, huh? I don't expect perfection either. What I don't like is when they never fix some things. Actually, I can give an example. So one thing I don't like is this. So say you're going to eBay and you're looking for umbrella Smurf. So you type in umbrella Smurf. And you have 147 results. Great. Okay, so let's go back to eBay. So instead of typing an umbrella Smurf, let's type in Smurf umbrella. 150 results for Smurf umbrella. Do you mean surf umbrella? Okay, so look, 147, 150, close enough. There's some funny things there, but whatever. Now let's go to solds. So I go to solds on this one. Boom. 20 results. I go to this one. Solds. Zero results. Here is what it says. And then it says 17 results. So it still has the results down here, but sometimes it will actually change the writing of what it thinks you're searching for, even though it found results. Here it says 0 results, and there actually is, like, this is here. It should have found it. It shows it, but the issue is not. So when I'm complaining, I'm not really complaining so much about that particular thing. I'm talking about that example, and I find this search engine needs a lot of work, and a lot of people will talk about workarounds for the search engine. But if you have a customer going through, they're not going to spend the same time we are to make sure they put the words in the right order or whatever the hell eBay search engines is doing. And that does cost us business and cost them business. And it's not a new issue. It's been an issue for a long time. So I don't think they're going to fix it. So yeah, I don't like that. But No One's Perfect Etsy's been getting into a lot of trouble too. Hey, how's it going? Been a long time. Leroy. I like thrift stores. Mostly to see my friends, though, I must admit. I won't badmouth eBay. I'll badmouth the programmers, though. As a programmer, shit's complicated, man. That's kind of what made me stop in a way. It's just like you're always worried about making a little mistake and not realizing it for months. It was stressful, and I had to go back to that. Tommy, is this suspension permanent? Like he's talking about a while ago. He was in the bad boy box for a bit, but he's back to okay now. Yeah. But I've heard of people getting banned for nothing, or they'll flag 3 or 4 things all on the same day, and then you get banned because you've like gone over a number and you never had a chance to fix it. But other people doing things too. Oh, Etsy did something nasty. I can't remember. I'm not on Etsy yet. I've been talking about it forever, especially for stuff like the teacups. So let's find some other garbage. Treasure. So I picked up an auction lot. I didn't pay a lot of money, like $5 for a whole bunch of cameras. And one of them would have been good. But, here's the but. So this one here, these Canon 35 mils, they're nice and easy to test, right? Looks all good. Problem is, the on-off switch comes off. And I haven't tried testing this yet because I didn't know that was a problem. Now, I bought a whole bunch of cameras for $5. So even if I can get this to work at all, I can probably still get at least 20 or 30 for this. I might try that in a bit. But that auction lot, and this is the only camera that I cared about in the lot. And like I said, I paid $5 or $7. But I also paid time. And it was at least 40 minutes of time. So I do try to take care of that too. So one thing I've been thinking about a lot is if I have something for free, what do I want my return per hour to be? And how much time can I invest in something to make that, even though it's free, no cost of goods, what does it have to sell for? And I figured out that these little guys, even if I sell them just for parts, they're still worth it, even if it sells for $20. Because I'm not going to do any testing or anything. I'm just going to save 4 parts. And I determined somehow that this one was worth my time. It's not a valuable camera. And I'm going to sell no returns. I don't even know if I have that policy. And I bet you this is, I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm going to sell it as is and just hope for the best. And I'm not even going to clean it. I can't even figure out how to open the back. Sometimes they're really tricky. Aha. So since I'm selling this for parts, I'm purposely not taking a lot of time on it. If people are curious, I usually will check the back, and usually for cameras, you can pull one of these things up and it'll pop the back. In this case, it wouldn't. Some of these old cameras, there's a little latch here, and you push it up, and then so you can get into the back. And I usually take a quick look. If it was a valuable camera, I do a proper test. I check out the light meter and everything. And in this case, the shutter does work, so we're going to list it. I went to school for programming myself and stopped right after my first internship. I didn't mind programming. Like, I like the puzzle aspect of it. I just kind of burnt out on it. And I didn't really enjoy what I was doing. And even though I'm making like a quarter as much doing this, I'm much happier. But I have to go back because of to get my pension. I don't have a niche. I think if you... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. With the casing, yeah. Stay in your lane. If you grow too fast, yeah, I can see that they're worried that if you suddenly put up like way too much in goods, I can see them thinking that after a month, all of a sudden, people are going to say they didn't get your stuff, you got paid, and you're long gone. I could see that. Okay. So hopefully the photos are uploaded. Did I even start that? Yeah. Okay. There we go. This would be ugly. Yeah, it's a great picture, eh? Could be worse. Okay, so this is a Cheap Boy brand. Any 44. One whole result. And test it. Well, they got money. I remember when I said I bought this lot, I took a quick look at these and said they had no value. Yeah, so these, how come I didn't? So here's a good example. Oh no, 10 results. Yeah, never mind. I kind of want it gone. I'm thinking 29 too, as is. So we're gonna do that. $29.99. And this is gonna be light. I don't even know if I have a policy where returns aren't accepted. No returns. I actually do have one. Look at that. Now, if they call INAD, then there's not much I can do. How come there's no parts? Get rid of the word untested. Pairs. If anyone here is in Canada, don't forget we get Tuesday free shipping for United States and Canada up to a certain weight. I do have one for camera, but I'm definitely going to. Yeah, so I don't like this. oh, there you go. Okay. One thing I always do is describe things as worse than they get, worse than they are, and then when they get them, they're usually pretty happy. Not tested at all. Some parts. And I'm also going to say it's lots of wear. Honestly, I don't know what people do with these really old cameras, but maybe they just collect them. So even if this sells for $20, I think it was worth the time I just spent. I don't know how long that was, including the time to ship it, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. So say 20 minutes. So if I net like $20 off of this, so that'd be $60 an hour if I net 20, something like that. So I think it's worth it then. Right? This. I did 25 listings a day for 7 months. Oh my God, Barbara. I'm at 30 listings a day until the end of the year. That is pretty slow, I would say. Really? 25 listings a day? I guess it depends what you're doing. There's no way I could do that. I guess like if I was doing Smurfs, yeah. It's like boop boop. Yeah, I could probably do that, but I would get bored. Okay, so if there's any people who dislike lazy sellers, look away now. This has been around for such a long time. I paid this much for this thing, and I'm sick of looking at it. And I keep thinking, oh, I'll clean it. I'll clean it. No, it's been a year. So this is Le Creuset. Sure, we've all heard of that. And I paid up for that. I'm surprised I paid that much. Must be a little happy off something else I bought. And if you can see the bottom number, 22. And probably the reason I picked this up is because it's green. It is dirty. That is dirty. Isn't that gross? It doesn't smell. I should clean this. I'm not going to clean it. I'm going to sell it as is. There's even rust spots, I think, on the top. But I'll just follow my philosophy of get it listed and just tell the truth. And honestly, the most expensive thing I sold was a pot. And it was filthy. And they didn't complain, so... Let's take the photos. Is anyone live yet? Someone must be live by now, right? And track. Oh, no, I see. Okay. If you go back to work full time, will you be able to work and ship your items from eBay? Yeah, no problem. How will that work, Carl? Will you change the shipping for the same day to something else? I don't do same. In fact, I just changed my shipping time from 3 days to 2. I had it for 2 for a long time. And then when sales really dropped, like for me, sales dropped to a quarter or a third of what they used to be in May, June, July, and August, vaguely. September, they got good. And October, they've been good too. Got good. And so I switched to 3 days for a while, and I switched it just back to 2 days. But it won't be a problem. I don't have kids, and so I have lots of time at night. I'm not one of those people who work insane hours. So, yeah, shipping out won't be a problem. It'll be hard to not see my friends, though. And that's might be very difficult for me. I have 4-day shipping. Yeah, I think 3 or 4 was fine. There's a period where it is an issue. So, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, no, that won't be a problem. It'll be mostly other stuff that's going to be a problem. Listed as is, exactly. Yes. They wanted they'll buy it. Yeah, that's. I think we worry a bit too much sometimes, especially when we first started. I used to worry about everything, and now I'm almost a little too casual about throwing things into a bubble mailer. It's like, okay, good luck. Got 3 left to ship. Okay, good. Why would they give you negative feedback? Because they should, for how long it takes you to ship. Because it should show when they buy it how long they have. And when I had 3, you know what's funny is I never had a complaint about shipping unless the tracking's gone AWOL or something like that. In fact, most of my feedback is because they got it so much faster than they thought. I think that has something to do with the weird fact I'm Canadian, and so when I ship to the United States, I can't really pick one of your standard shipping types. So I picked this international one, which shows super long time. And honestly, I should probably fix that because that would actually increase my sales. But generally, I don't have a problem with that, and I'm in Canada. So I'm gonna take photos of this set, and hopefully, I didn't do a bad buy. Whoop. Okay. Oh wow, 2 days to get. Yeah, yeah, that would not be fun. Oh, hello. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming and saying hello. Okay, so let's go back. And the moment of truth. Did I pay way too much? So this my lovely photos. Like when I used to show, for example, here, I used to try and show all the damage everywhere. Now often I'll just say there'll be lots. I try to find the worst part, and I just say there's lots of damage like that. No one's complained, or not for. Yeah, rarely if ever complained. In fact, some of the comments I got, were like it's much better condition than he said it was. So this is well, I can't spell, so don't pay attention to this part. Okay, liquor sets. Green 22. Let's look at solds. Let's go high. Does it make me feel better? So does that look like that? This is like a darker green. So I'm sure that the color is really important. It's more like this one here. Fennel green. So if we look at that, look at that. Let's look at the bottom. Where's your bottom picture? How you don't have a bottom picture? It's funny. You see, the bottom is the most important part. My bottom's a little different. So what do people think? Does that like that? It's slightly different. A little dusty. Not as in good condition. I'm going to put that down. Go back. Okay, so 3.5 quarts. This is 3. Is that a 1? Yeah. So it also is 3.5. So they got good money. So I'm going to use that one. But I don't think I'm going to get that high. Let's go down a bit. There's another one. Here's another one. So that's $99. Near mint. Near mint. I am also really bad. I never check the competition. And I am going to do that this time. And let's put used on. There is none of that exact size. So that makes me a little bolder. I'm taking my time because I want to make sure this is the right, and I want to make sure I get good value from it. I'm going to be greedy. And sometimes when I'm greedy, I get messages saying I'm greedy, and then usually it sells for that price. So we're going to go with that hope. Did I already download the pictures? No. I know what someone's going to ask. They're going to ask, is that dirt or is that rust? But I think I asked my wife a while ago what was going on. If it was cleanable, and she said yes, so I blame her. If it's not. Get rid of the rare. I also like having the number plainly. And I'm also going to do 3.5. Searches for that. Going on the shelf. Acquired buyers need stove type compatibility. Electric, yeah, sure. Set enamel lid. Yes, 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 yes. Don't care. Model number is 22. I'm smart enough to figure out. And used. Okay. This is when it gets interesting. Let's go. Don't do that. Let's see if I can steal this one. Okay. Well used condition. Has enamel worn off spots around the lid. Needs a really good clean. Signs and marks from use. like I said, since I also buy off eBay, I try to be really careful. Be fair. Yeah, that's fair for that description. And I'm just rechecking this. Yep, these things were built to last. Okay, so that's fair. That's fair. Copy and paste. And for my weight, so I'm going to allow returns. I rarely get returns. And so I have a weight class called Holy Crap, It's Heavy. And that will definitely be this one. That's not very centered very well, is it? Just because it's worth a bit more, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Normally I never bother. I see sometimes when people make listings, they go through every single picture and fix them. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. At 129, that's fine. Yeah, that would be very good if I got that. That's probably more than I'm going to get. I'm going to see if anyone's saying I'm an idiot for this listing. Yeah, no one else said complained. Listed. That was on my death pile for a long time. A very long time. Okay. Let's check the messages. There's a million ways to do eBay. The only way to gauge is if you're doing it right is payouts. Yep. I agree with that. Preach, yeah. I don't click every comment. Usually the one's talking back and forth because no one needs me to hear me repeat that. It's all appreciated. It's just I won't bother highlighting it. Yeah, if your account's not suspended, that's a good sign. Hey, Larry, nice to see you live. Yeah, I got bored and no one else is live, at least currently. So the second someone goes live, I'm off. I'm gonna check. No, I don't see anyone else live who I'm sub to yet. So there are color guides online for Luc Crusette, or at least there used to be. If it's a retired color, it might be better. Okay, that's good. So like when I go around, usually at thrift stores, and I see Luc Crusettes, I will double check, especially if they're not that, like the orange color seems to be very standard. Sometimes I just don't feel like dealing with it, to be honest. There's some things that I know have value, and I'll just pretend not to see them because I don't want to deal with them. Dirt, they use it outside. Yeah, well, dirt, scum, food residue. If any of you washing the pot, nice try, man. That ain't happening. I don't usually check the competition. I found 4 tree toppers that I purchased years ago and got lost in my warehouse space. I was going to list it for $40 and just for giggles decided to check out current listings. Used ones were selling for more than 100, so I decided to list mine new in the box for 99. Have only sold one so far. Yeah, that happens too. Like sometimes I'll go back and it's like something that's sold and it's like, did I price this completely wrong? And you'll look and you'll see people have them listed higher than you, and you'll see people have sold higher than yours, and yours is better. And like, what happened? Sometimes that can be very mysterious. Like maybe people just weren't buying it, or maybe there's something wrong with your description. That's definitely one of those cases I'll probably end in relist if I bothered to do it. Yeah, holy crap, it's heavy. Yeah, we got a category just for that. No one's live all night. Just keep going until you pass out. That's a lie. I saw that Philly is live at 9 p.m. So. Okay, and I got to find something else to list too. Okay, we're gonna list these. I hate garage sales. I know everyone else loves them. I find them awkward. And I bought these in the summer. I don't know why I bought these. Guess what they are? Guess what they are? And they're pretty heavily damaged. I paid $3. I probably didn't even negotiate. I think they're alabaster. And they're also heavy. And we're going to list these because I'm sick of looking at them. And this is another case of I have no idea how much they're worth, but I'll just put up a price and we'll see how it goes. Every 15th of the month, personally, I lower the price of everything I have on my store by 10%. And I keep doing that until it sells. But I only do that for stuff that I'm asking more than $15 for. Because what I don't want is to have stuff really low. And once in a while, I'll go through and I'll just purge the really cheap stuff and just get rid of it. And for these pictures, I'll definitely need a ruler. And I'll actually probably put the weight down too. So I already got a question about one of the teacup I listed. They asked if it has crazing. That's something I should add to my standard list for teacups. I keep forgetting. Oop. Aren't they pretty? Okay, so now the hard part. So I think they're alabaster. So let's start with alabaster bird. Yes. Just see. Especially if we can find something in the style of. That's kind of in the style of. Let's look at the soles. This one is. This one is. This one also is. I think in general, oh, look at these. These look really like it. Mine are not in good condition though, but let's take a look at that. Where did they go? No, not quite. Similar though. Yeah, it's pretty similar. Close enough. So now, I'm just going to take a look at this. The eye is different. Take a look at this. Not quite the same. Definitely not the same. Okay, so this is close enough. Those are signed. Signed? Well, no, there's a number on the bottom. Probably the number, I'm guessing, represents the artist, so they can figure out who sold what. I'm guessing. So what is that? It's about 3.5 inches high. I want all these words. Just right, not feet. You Americans, confusing. Okay, this is a shelf item. Definitely used. We're gonna go with this one. Come on. Okay. They have lots of marks on paint, signs of use. I'm gonna have lots of marks, light. I'm gonna say light bump spots. Yeah, Larry, we get free shipping on Tuesdays. Don't forget to the United States and Canada, one each. But there is weight limits and probably size limits too. Okay, they have lots of marks every Tuesday this month. They have lots of marks, bump spots, warm paint, and signs of use. That's fair. Oh, and I was going to say the weight. And I'm going to say in Canadian units rather than your Freedom units. Box. Kilogram. They're not in the heavy category. They're in the this category. I highly recommend shipping policies. They just save so much time. Okay, now the question is price. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to ask $34.99. It'd be difficult to price stuff like this because there's lots of similar things. It's not like there's an artist involved. Well, a known artist involved. You also kind of take shipping into account too, because people will take that as part of the cost, so you can't just ignore it. Let's go. Okay, 34. I was gonna say 29. Let's go. That's good enough. $34.99. They're kind of cute. Good. Whoop. Done. I've been sitting around for a long time too. Okay. Drives me crazy when I see similar items sell for more money than what I listed. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of wonder. Sometimes eBay, I think, shows funny search results, or maybe the promotions. Yeah, it's true. Shipping, it can be hard for us Canadians kind of see what the real cost is that um, it might be for Americans. Yeah, it can be expensive. Thank God for chit chats. Add budgie if it'll fit. Oh, good idea. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll fit. And I kind of want all the other words. If there was room, I would. That's really good advice. Thank you. International shipping is crazy expensive. You know, the funny thing is for us here in Ottawa, it's cheaper for me to ship something to California than it would be to send something to Larry here in my own city by about half. Yep. Okay, good. Yeah, free shipping. It makes a big difference, you know? I think I have one package going out that's going to save me $20. And I had one that was going to the United States, a Cutco block, but it weighed too much. So I had to not use that. So hopefully something will sell today or tomorrow and I can just at least get some free shipping back. Just finished work inside a list for Carl. Hey, thank you. Yeah, so Canada, only because they charge us so much. So don't get too jealous because the rest of the year we pay a heavy price. But every Tuesday in Canada, just for October, we're allowed to ship two things: one in Canada in the previous years, and this year one in Canada, one in the United States for free. So yes, that's nice. So hopefully we'll get free 8 shippings out of this. I guess it depends on how many Tuesdays there are. The rest of the year, though, it's horrible. So don't get too jealous about that. Okay, so I'm just going to answer this question. Oh, where'd it go? It's gone. The numbers. They're just asking if there's crazing on that. Oh, no crazing on the teacup or saucer. That really should be in my description, though. have one parcel here, Hamilton, Toronto, $27 for the flat rate box. Tuesday free. Yeah, that's a nice savings. You know, it's funny when like once in a while, especially with chit chats, it's like you never know. It could be $12, $8, or $30, depending on the postal code. It's such a huge range. Okay, let's deal with something else I've been ignoring. When I pick these up, there is round dust marks on my table, so that's how long they've been sitting there. So I got these whiskey glasses, crystal, and see the stickers there. I used to be like, oh look, the stickers are really good. And it's like, yeah, they made a lot of this stuff. So before I take the pictures of these glasses, these whiskey glasses, I'm going to make sure that they have value, because there was another set I picked up that had no value, and I actually just donated it back because it wasn't worth my time. Especially when you consider things sometimes will break. So I'm going to do a little search. I can see if anyone else is live. Oh, no one else is live. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Okay. Now, your guess is as good as mine, so I'm going to just go with the stickers to start with. Bohemia. These are definitely whiskey. Start with there. Did I spell it wrong? Yeah, that's what I meant. New message. Oh, so you got an offer. I don't even have offers turned on. And I wouldn't accept, even if I wouldn't accept an offer right after listing it anyways. And just for research reasons, I'm going to take a look. So if you saw these on the wall at Value Village, would you know that's good? I wouldn't know that's good. Uh-oh, we're going down and down in price here. Because these are heavy. These are heavy. And honestly, I think they're ugly. This is getting bad. What's this? That's kind of similar. $15. Why is that one so special? I'm pretty sure, like, does anyone know? Like, I'm pretty sure that's a whiskey glass, right? Let's turn off solds. Because right now, I'm thinking these are going to get donated. Trying used. My general rule, if it's clear, I ignore it. Australia. $20. It's just not worth my time because it's good. I find if something breaks, it's going to be something like this. So let's get rid of that. That's so much fancier. Okay, these are getting donated. No lives? Yeah, that's funny, eh? Your favorite? I guess so. The only reason I'm doing this is because someone else is going live. What if they offers for more than the list price? Is that even possible? Do you have 4 of them? Yeah. It could be for iced tea. Yeah, I got like an inconvenient 5. But I'll try that. Iced tea is like the long, long ones, but no. Usually I don't go near clear glass. No. So that would be a bad buy. I have no idea how much I paid. I've had these for a long time too. Okay. But still, getting in the house isn't so bad. So maybe people know, but here's some binoculars. See how they're kind of loose? I don't know if that means they're worthless or not. I tried, there's a screw there. I tried tightening it, but it didn't do anything. So, since I'm not on a schedule here, and we're all kind of learning, I can see if these have any value and make the same decision because I'll either list them as is. Libation. Okay, I'll try that before I give up. So we'll see the same thing if these have any value, and if not, they will be going into the donation bin and turned into coupons. Libation. Libation. I know if I just put like Bohemian glasses, it's going to be like 1,000 results. So no, that's okay. You don't have to get every dollar out of everything. Boop. So I guess I should show them, eh? Bayreuth. So I don't usually look at the binoculars when I'm at the store. I don't know why. I should actually see if they work. Ooh, that makes me blur. That's really blurry. It's like double-eyed. And they go. People donate crap all the time. So yeah, that makes me sick. Spying on the neighbors. Yeah, I think these are going to get donated, but let's just, for shits and giggles, let's just check this out. I must have bought them for a reason. Or I had a long dry streak of finding nothing. I fell into the trap. Buying for buying's sake. I always go straight to sold. That's what I care about. Oh, is that them? Germany. Let's take a quick, closer look. Um, they're similar, but they sold for. They have a different. These are 8x30s. So I'm wondering. Usually, like when I'm learning a category that I don't know, I like to just like keep it simple, stupid. So sometimes I'll be like for baseball bats, it's like that because it can be overwhelming seeing all the baseball bats. But if you know some key features to look for the items, or you learn that key feature, when I'm learning a new category, and I don't want to be overwhelmed because I get overwhelmed easily, I'll quickly scan those items for that one particular feature that I know is valuable, just to make it easier to learn the category, and that's worked well for me. And I kind of see it the same with these binoculars. Like, I'm not going to go through all that right now. I wonder what the U is for, EWW. But if you can learn, for example, like, oh, a certain, like, the 8x40, maybe there's a rare one of that, or ones that show that it's a higher quality pair of binoculars that might be more valuable no matter where it is. Like, camera lenses can be like that, because I found a lot of the zoom ones don't have value. Usually it's the 50 or 35 millimeter lenses that have more value, but that is not a rule you can take and say all zoom lenses don't have value. It's just a good starting rule for when you're learning about camera lenses, for example. So this one sold for good money too. So this is actually more annoying because it would be easier if these were worth nothing. Here it is. Oh, so it's in Serbia. Nothing, no issues with Serbia. But sometimes I find this, you'll see funny valuations from Serbia and Greece for some reason. So I'm just seeing, you know what, I think it's, so we took a look at this picture here and see this middle bit here. And then you look at mine and see that missing bit. I think there's a missing bit here. And I'm wondering if that is why it's so loose. Maybe it cracked and broke out and then they donated it. Because it shouldn't be, I don't think it should be like that. Does anyone know binoculars? If these were worth like nothing, I wouldn't think much of it. But if this person got like 100 American, oh, that's a slightly different brand. It was this one here. And this is actually one of my things that holds me back is when I get into an analysis paralysis of like, what do I do with this? And then it sits on my shelf for like 3 months. So I'm going to think about this. And I've already spent too much time on it, but because I think they are broken. If they are broken, I'm not even going to sell for parts. I'm just going to get rid of them because they're not. There's other little issues with it for conditions. So, but the one nice thing is I have learned that a brand is pretty good. You can see it. Come on. Steiner, Bayreuth. So if I see that, it's worth taking a second look. So some of my friends are really good at not worrying about value when it comes to rare stuff. Like this one here, I've had this forever too. I think this is a World War One binoculars, and at first I thought there was one missing, but I think it might be a uni, and these can be really valuable. But I'm stuck in analysis paralysis of like, is this worth something, or am I just being hopeful? You see that? If you see my name, Carl, anywhere, especially Carl Zeiss, they can be good value. I need to take more research for that. I'm not going to do it now because I'm sick of looking at binoculars. So. Okay, so this is a dimmer switch. I picked up a whole bunch of these once for like $6 each, and I sold them for like 80 or 90 bucks each. Now, they were all very rough, and they sold quick. The problem with this one is it's missing the instructions, which I don't think is a big deal, but this was definitely installed. And the other ones were not installed, and everyone who bought one, no one complained. So I don't think it was an issue. I think this was installed. If these didn't sell new for like 80 or 90 bucks, I would just get rid of this. And I went and put in my donation box, and I was like, even if I get 30 bucks for this, it's still worth my time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to list that. And like I said, I'll be honest. Something's rattling in here. Be honest about the condition. And what I do is if I can't test something or I'm unwilling to test something, I'll say free returns if it doesn't work. And that's what I'll do with this one. And honestly, people are always worried about people being dishonest when they buy. I find most people are just want their stuff. And we always tend to remember the bad experiences we have. So I'm going to go ahead and list this one. And I'll even include the box, even though there's nothing in it. But this is definitely being installed. And I'll only ask $24.99, and it's still worth my time. So I wonder how much time I just wasted doing all that other stuff. Not very efficient. The teacup just sold, so someone bought it. All about time. Average selling price and sell-through rate are best ways to scale solo. Yeah. Yes. I agree. But I'm not a machine either. And I find I can write all the good numbers down as much as I want. It's not a case of like not knowing what to do. It's the motivation for me is the hardest part of actually doing that. And try not to beat myself up when I don't get it done. So most of my time is trying to figure out how to trick myself into doing work, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I'm going to have... So I'm thinking this is probably a good brand to look for. I already have it. No. I recognize it, but if I saw it, though. Wait. Polar dimmer. See, I probably undersold some of these, but whatever. Let's see if I can find one of my own. That's fine, because I haven't sold these that long ago. And I sold them for a lot more than this. I don't even know. I don't know why my own listings aren't showing up. Let's get rid of the word dimmer. Look, someone got 150 bucks for a dimmer. That's mine. I don't know why it didn't show up before. Did I not have the word dimmer? Yeah, see, I had the word and dimmer. How come it didn't show up before? Which is the right one? Did I hit it twice? You can get rid of those. I want to use mine. Used. Photos. Oh. Used. Okay. So this has been installed. Not me. I cannot test. So free turns if it doesn't work. Some wires. I'm actually going to take a look at it. It looks like the yellow wire's been snipped back a bit, so let's say yellow wire being snipped back. No test. Not test. Look at that. Someone got 550. I don't know why a dimmer switch would be so valuable. Be greedy. And that doesn't weigh that. It weighs this. And returns. Okay. Take a look again. I was this close to donating this. Okay. Oh. Didn't I get another question? What's going on? Oh, someone wants to return. Oh, man. Oh shit! It was a big one too. That sucks. Because that was a big sale, but that happens. And they were sealed, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Anyways, that sucks. So is that listed now? Yeah. Okay. Delete. Boop. Yeah, that it was a $300 return too. But the weird thing is, they said so it was a bunch of filters, like just filter paper, and they said that it was folded, and they only opened one box. But these are they were sealed, so I'm not sure how that would even happen. But I'm definitely going to get those back because I can definitely. I'm going to assume they're not all like that. I might actually ask her to open a second box before sending them back, just to see if that wasn't just a bad. I don't know. I don't even know what would happen because they're sealed. I've sold a lot of these filters and no one's had a problem, but I believe them. It's not like I think they're trying to get away with something. It's just even new items. Sometimes things can happen. I had 5 parcels go missing and 1 go 2 weeks ago. Stuff happens. Yeah, I've had parcels go missing too, and that sucks. It's not like it's the buyer's fault, especially if it shows tracking and then goes off into a black hole. It sucks when it's a $300 sale though, but they might be reasonable. I might be able to salvage that one. And I think like the key thing is when things go wrong, and they do go wrong, is to be polite, not to be emotional. Don't assume they're trying to screw you, and realize from their perspective they're very disappointed, and dealing with it quickly and honestly, and help smooth it out. And I've had things go really well after a problem like this. So, but this was a little weird because it was a new package. Okay, so let's just check for lives. No lives. Okay, fine. We'll keep going. Just have to find something to sell. I have a whole bunch of cameras and stuff to sell, but I don't want to test those live. Okay, I got something. I got some crap. So, I'm sure we've all seen these HeroClix I'm sure we've all been tempted by these. HeroClix. I think they're really cool. They're almost completely worthless unless you find the rare ones. Don't make the mistake I've done. I almost donated all this stuff back, and I was thinking about it. And what I'm going to do is just offer it maybe in 1 or 2 lots, cheap, and take 1 or 2 pictures, and go from there. And maybe on my shelf, so you get to see me finally list that crap. Tracking shows uncollected from drop-off, but they have no idea. Uncollected from drop-off. So it's like they have to go pick it up at the post office or something? So it might be bouncing back to you? We don't leave until you pass out. Yeah? Well, it's going to get more and more boring. So let's just see how cheap these things go for. So we're going to go HeroClix. And we're going to go lot. And we're going to go boom, Marvel. Marvick. Oh, Marvel. And we're going to do this. Like I said, these are going to go for like 25 cents each, maybe, if I'm lucky. So 76. I'm looking for big lots. And I don't have the cards like that. I don't know how many there is. Someone got 50. Well, that'd be good. I like this. I don't do bidding, though. $6. $40. Lot, no cards. Okay. They look about the same. So I'm going to sell this as 1 lot, and I'm going to do the other one. And they weigh a bit, but so I'm going to be off screen a little bit as I just take the photos for at least one of these lots. And then I might actually deal with that email because it's going to be on my head until I deal with it. I'm still alive. I'm just flipping over HeroClix. Didn't pass out yet. As a kid, I would have loved these things too. They're kind of cool. I'm not listing them for $6. I'm hoping to get like 29 to 30 bucks, and I'm just gonna take a couple pictures. So I wouldn't list something normally for $6. Ow. Okay. So I'm already here. Yeah, Google Photos. I hate when I get distracted by something like this, like for the return. Just kind of like takes up all the processing in my head. And then I start getting flustered. Okay, to list. And a nice big lot. How about this one? Okay, so that amount. Right now, I'm not going to ask a lot because I kind of just want them gone. And they're all commons. See, these ones are pretty cheap, right? So let's just ask $24.99. And yes, a bit more for the weight. Insurance accepted from the buyer. And I don't know what that September 3rd is. Pretty sure there's no DC. That's good. We have 12. And marble, common. Rarity. Let's say common. Used. And there we go. I'm gonna say no cards again. Cards, good use condition. Okay. We didn't screw up. So since there's two lots, okay, the first lot can go in there. $24.99. Good enough. And list it. And list it. Whoop. And delete this. Excellent. Okay, so let's go big head. Yeah, normally I try not to list anything below $15. Occasionally maybe $9 or $10, but that's really rare. I did one the other day just because it was one off of something that came in a big lot. I should get like $10 American for it. It was just barely worth it. I would not normally do that, but I probably wouldn't be getting more of that type of Spider-Man figure. So I just kind of went, It's just a little too valuable to donate. It'll take very little time to take photos and to ship it. But it was on the edge, really, to be honest. Hey, Chris. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. Well, first I'm going to see if anyone else is live so I can escape. No one else is live. So I'm going to keep going. And it's going to be quiet for a little bit, or I'll probably be talking out loud as I deal with this return. Because I want to talk to her first. So I can send them. Okay. We've been ordering these filters for years through Fisher Scientific and have not had a problem. I have the same people that normally fold them start on the shipment and they just rip. There's no way they can be used. We only opened one box at the 15. Okay, so I'm gonna send her a message because who knows? Maybe something happened when they were sitting on a shelf somewhere, right? Like, I don't know. I've sold a lot of these filter papers and have not had a complaint, and I've had repeat buyers. So I'm going to talk to her, and I'm going to say, hello. Very sorry. You are having an issue with filter papers. Usually I try to get out what I'm thinking first, and then I'll make sure. Oh yeah, you're right. I did have Superman there, and that is DC. Good crib. Yes, thank you for that. I'll fix that listing. I'm very sorry that you're having an issue with the filter papers. They were sealed. So I had no idea. They were no good. I have sold them before, but no complaints. I might take that out. There might have been an issue with the batch originally made. So what I want them to do is actually open another one. So do you mind opening another box and seeing if they have the same issue? Okay. So let's see again here. Did she order the wrong ones? Yeah, I don't think so. She sent a picture. No one's ordering these filter papers except probably in a business. It's not like they're for coffee or something. I don't even really know what they're for. They were actually a really good buy for an auction. I got once. They've paid for themselves 1,000 times, but this was a nice order, so I want to make sure we give it a chance. So I'm going to say again, hi, I'm very sorry that I'm very sorry that you are having an issue with the filter papers. They were sealed, so I had no idea they were no good. I sold them before, but no complaints at all like that. So I can say that. I don't need to say that. They were no good. They might have their day. There might have been an issue with the batch when originally made. I can say it's possible. It's possible. Okay, so that's good. I find if you write things too long, no one ever reads. And if you keep it simple is always the best. But I always like to acknowledge that I understand the issue. That is not her fault. But let's see if we can work out something. They were sealed, so I had no idea they were no good. It's possible there might have been an issue with the batch when originally made. Do you mind opening another box and seeing if they had the same issue? That's good. So we'll see how that goes. Sometimes you'll never hear back and you're screwed, but let's at least try. I think the other danger too is sometimes is when things go wrong, like in this case, people get really bitter over time, and I don't think that's really healthy either. So, because I know I've bought stuff new that hasn't worked, and I've had to return it. So I've been on the other side of that. Even sealed stuff. Okay, let's find something else to sell. Just because I'm lazy, I'm gonna do the other batch of these. Same thing, and like Crowd said, I'm gonna fix the other listing. Actually, let's do that first. Look at all this crap. Thank you for the heads up. Marvel. There's Marvel here, but I don't care. It's not really a Marvel brand, I think, but whatever. If you're still there, Chris, feel free to put a link to your channel if you want, or anyone else to their channel if they want. Put these away before I mix them up. And then I'll take pictures of the other guys. Holy crap, there's a lot. I did not equalize those lots very well. Okay. Okay. Look at this guy. It's like Thor, but with like a boar head. Isn't that weird? Like, I'm a comic book nerd, but I have no idea of that one. I know he was a frog once. That's weird. Okay. Hey, you're listening at packing. Yeah, I was packing earlier today. I have one good one for Tuesday for Canada. I still need one for American. So we'll see how that goes. I was going to suggest you ask the buyer to try some other packs to see if the problem is isolated with just one pack. So you read my mind. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Not just because I had the same one. Is this game ready for? Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes. That's a big difference. Like the one I'm getting for free, it would have cost me $22 to ship. So I don't mind making a special trip to Canada Post for that. So. Okay, so let's list this stuff. Here's the other exciting lot. Okay, so these ones are from a different lot. It's this one here. So some pictures must not have come through. I'm not going to worry about it for the other listing though. And if people don't know, Chris is often on Antiques and Profits, where they have a show that shows their faked finds, which is the running joke because they're finding so much good stuff that we started to disbelieve. Especially Chris here, he had a really good lot buy of car parts and stuff like that. Car accessories, I guess. Very, very jealous. Let's make sure we do the right ones. This one even has a bigger one. So I'd say there's more in this lot. It doesn't look as many when they're piled like that. And I'm going to put it somewhere else. So I don't mix up the two lots when I'm shipping them out. And I'm going to ask a bit more because I'm a bit more greedy. So let's try that. Good. That's another thing off my list that's been there for a while. Get rid of all these. I'm not even going to worry about these extra ones here. Just going to get rid of them. I've never reached 1,000. I got close. Maybe on 50. But yeah, I'm under 900. So So I'm going to clean these ones away before they get mixed up. My light box was getting pretty dirty. What I found really worked well was Magic Eraser, and cleaned it up perfectly. Okay, so let's see if we can find something else. I have a bunch of blank. Generally, what I do with tapes and stuff, I'll collect them over time and sell them. I'm not always the best at replacing them if I sell a lot, so I'm just going to see how many I've listed. See if there's any holes. Thing with the cassette tapes is a lot of time they have no value. Yeah, so I don't think these need to go up yet. Okay, so maybe we'll do a lens. I haven't tested it, but I can test it quickly here. I paid $8. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to see if anyone's live, because it's almost been 3 hours. Someone must be live. There's no one live. Okay. Hey, Jiminy, when are you going on? I said I would do this until someone else went live. And it's like been hours. Oh, I don't know why I thought it was 3 hours. I swear it said somewhere how long I've been on. I don't see it now. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do lens. I don't know how much this one's worth. So when I test lenses, there's a couple of things I test. So see how that's fast? So sometimes there might be an aperture issue where it's sticky. So what if you see that, you'll see this, kind of like that when you let go of the aperture, and a lot of them have this little lever here you can do. That's usually one of the main things that are a problem. The other issue is sometimes it can be foggy and dusty, and that can be difficult to determine because you're always going to see some dust. The question is there too much dust? And um, this one actually has someone's name etched into the side. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Anywho, and then the other thing I just checked quickly is the aperture ring. So, sorry. See, some people, um, some of these are automatic and some of these are manual, and some people will put it on a camera, which is probably the best way to do it and test it. I don't, and I haven't had an issue. So it's just another case of time. For this lens, obviously, I bought it by itself. Um, with this lens, it also came with the back cap and not the front lens cap, so I'll mention that. I usually put it in bubble wrap, and it hasn't been an issue. The other thing that's nice to know is the mount type. I can't remember the mount type, so I'm not going to put it in because I want it listed. So enough talking. So I'm going to take the pictures. Sometimes I'll use a. Do I have it? An air duster just to clean it, but I'm not going to do that here. Camera. Okay. Oh, 7 p.m. Well, that's good. I'll probably get yelled down at some point. Simmer down, Carl. Keep going. Don't be scared. I'm scared. It's just like long. Oh, here, live. Yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I know, Tommy, you do like 8 hours when you used to do your show. That's crazy. No one's live. Keep going. Okay, you on a roll? Okay, good. I'm glad you're getting some work done. That's the point. Carl, maybe a photographer studio lens where students gathered. I don't know. I've gotten lens initials before, not an actual name. Yeah. In the past, that would bug me, and now I just ignore it. I'll say there's initials, but, you know, people don't seem to be that concerned with privacy. Like almost every single, and I'm sure Chris would agree with this, almost every single camcorder has had their family videos in it. I think it's probably 80% or 90% is their family videos. So I'm not sure what's up with that. photos. Well, thanks for coming in, saying hi. Hope you got some work done. Download. Okay. I also got my eBay shipping coupon. I know how I'm going to use that already. Okay. So the other thing with lenses, for people who don't know, is what it says is really important. Because just a number or two can make a huge difference between like a $20 lens and a $200 lens. Got that right? No, I did not. I think it's a manual one because it says ml. And the lower this number is, the better generally it is. It means it's a faster lens, and I find the faster lenses are worth more. Let's just go that. Okay. The other thing I find with camera lenses is I kind of, if I can, ignore the ones that sold in Japan, because for some reason camera lenses that sell in Japan seem to get a lot more money. What I'm doing is checking out the lens mount that they have, because then maybe I can just, if it's the same, which it should be, then I can just say that they figured it out. It's not the same. That's funny. I think it would be the same. It's pretty well the same. Let's check another one. The difference with mine is they have two screws there, and I only have one right here. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I have a little bump there. I know sometimes they can be modified. Let's try this one. Cameras can be really confusing. See that red thing there? I have an inventory falling down around me. See, I think it's. So what am I? The problem is that I don't put the mount type. I think the requirements now are that you have to put the mount type. So what I'm going to do is pick one. I'm going to pick you. And then we'll see if it makes me say the mount type. Really, I should have the mount type in my one of my books and just print it out each of the mount types. That wouldn't take much work and it would have saved me all that time I just spent. That's a horrible photo. Let's get that size down. That looks dirty, but that's okay. Manual focus. Standard prime lens CY mount. So that's the stuff I'm not sure about. And actually, this one will go in the box. Type. Standard, prime, or standard? Jesus. I don't know. So for camera lenses, like I said, I don't test them generally. I really probably should. Yeah, okay. So at one point what I did was I set up a special template for camera lenses. I kind of forgot about that. So I'm going to create a listing. And don't do this that often, which is why I'm a little slow. I got my templates. I know, I'm a liar. There's nothing there. I know I had the lens ones before. Huh. Okay. This drives me nuts. This is one thing I don't like. There we go. So I'm going to have to write it all out. Okay. No front lens cap. Tested. Sure. So I can't spell either, so. Tell me what the hell to spell that. Yeah. Tested aperture. It's good. No mold. No scratches. Excess test. Can't fully test. So free returns. There is a use. Oh, here's the mount. Do I see it's required. Oh, hopefully that's okay. I might have to fix this listing later. Okay. Let's do the research. It'd be nice to get this right the first time, though. Oh, that's okay. That's the same. That's the same mount. There we go. Yeah, that's the same mount. The part that's the same is kind of that little bumpy bit out next to the screw. And that's what's on this one here. So I'm hoping they're right. I hope they're right. After the return earlier, I'm scared to say the word return, but I haven't had a return yet. CY mount. What I don't like is you have to hit here to actually make it go. Okay, let's just check it one more time. I also like putting it like that too. Dim it like this. Oh, and I guess we'll need a price. Seller. Okay, so let's figure out the price. Now, the one that was I got the lens mount off of was cheaper. $39.90 plus shipping. The other one sold for a bit more. So I'm gonna go $49 and I'll be happy with that. $49.99. And the lower weight is fine. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, knock on wood. Let's do. What's this one? That's garbage. Done. Get rid of this and this and this and this. Boop. Boop. Okay. I usually only look at comps in North America because the Japan and Europe prices can be crazy high. Yep, that's how I feel as well, especially for cameras. For some reason, I also see that a lot for things that sell in Greece and weird Eastern European countries. I don't know what it is, but I find it's not reliable. Appreciate you going into details regarding lenses. They definitely come up a lot, especially in state sales around here. I don't know a lot about them. Yeah, I've sold them quite a bit. I think it is something really worth your time to research. But even after all the research I've done, it's still confusing. It's still confusing. They made them for such a long time. One, like I say, could be worth $10, and one could be worth 200, 300, $400, and they don't look that different. The mount types are important. There's lots of little things. The other thing I forgot to do is you want to listen to it, because if you hear grinding, often that means is they took their camera down to the beach and there's sand in there, and that's real bad. You don't want the ones that you'll hear it. It's like a grating sound. Sometimes you'll see they've been dropped and there's a bump. I've sold them with the bumps still, but definitely you want to disclose that. Easy, but yeah, when they're clean, it's great. But I have had the other thing I had is I sold a camera, and for the old cameras, the non-digital, they're called SLRs, single lens reflective, which means there's a mirror at the back. They still have a lot of value, and there's tons of different variants, and I would say you should learn, like, obviously Canon, but the higher end stuff. Anyways, yeah. So I got a return because you can set how fast the aperture goes, and there's a whole bunch of different numbers for how fast that the aperture will open and close when it's taking a photo. And what had happened is that I do test it when I have the body and I test it, but he said it wasn't the right speed for some of the settings, and I tried it when I got back, and he was right. Just was off. That's going to happen. That's going to happen because there's just so much to learn. But yeah, bottom line is it's worth the time, I think. But even though I feel very uncomfortable. Can you easily test electric automatic lenses the same as the manual ones? I don't know. I haven't done it. I sell them a lot as is. Dust, mold, cracks, plastic versus metal. If it zooms, sound, or what I quick eye on lenses. Easy, most always ground lenses. Yep, same with me. And prices for stores ask can be like silly cheap to silly expensive, and they have no idea. So there's an opportunity there because it's hard to understand everything. Dust, mold, cracks, plastic versus metal. Yeah. Plastic versus metal, I probably don't look at as much. I probably should. So. Oh! Someone's live. That's live. Flippin' Ain't Easy is live. So anyways, thank you everyone for coming and checking this out and helping me get some work done. And yeah, anyways, have a good night, everyone. I was going to say, not a photography person. That's just basic what I do when I cover lenses. Yep, I'm exactly the same way. We're always learning. Ever listed anything incorrectly? Just had a message I was selling an arm bag was for beer pong. Yes, all the time. I had one just the other day. So, especially for us who do a bit of everything, yes, you're always going to make mistakes. And that's okay. Usually, the people who are telling you aren't saying it usually in a bad way. Just, it's nice when they do tell you. Yep. See you later, Larry. See you later, everyone. Have a good night. Okay. Bye.